I know it, you know it. I was one of the finest actors that Hollywood had ever been blessed by, and even though my time in the industry was ephemeral, I made my mark on acting entirely. My performance in The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 as the District 8 hospital helper was certainly one for the books, and to this day is still a more commonly discussed topic than the weather. I'd also say it's one of the most fiery debates we have. The what if. What if Charles continued acting in big budget Hollywood productions past his glorious District 8 hospital helper appearance? Where would we be? Unfortunately, I was snubbed at the Oscars that year and subsequently blacklisted from Hollywood productions in general by those upper echelon zombies, those soulless husks in the suits over there. But, as all of you know, I am to acting what the Wright brothers were to aviation. And you can only keep me down so long before I just need to spread my acting wings again. And I'm happy to announce I'm going for it. This is me letting you all know I'm coming out of retirement to try and reintegrate myself into the Hunger Games franchise. Once again, if you're not familiar with the lore, and I know all of you are because my character is more beloved than fucking Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, I was the District 8 hospital helper in Mockingjay Part 1. The unsung hero of the franchise, the glue that really tied everything together, and the catalyst for Katniss's rebellion. In Mockingjay Part 1, when she visits the District 8 hospital, I was one of the characters that did this. And you can see my whole arm. In fact, it even made it into a 2-page spread of a magazine, like a Playboy, except far more sexual. And since that debut, I have not been in a blockbuster Hollywood feature since. But the new Hunger Games movie, Sunrise on the Reaping, just announced they're doing an open casting call for anyone to submit like a 1-minute audition for a chance to be in the movie. I plan to win. Oh yeah, another really very cool movie thing. The new Hunger Games movie is doing an open casting call for one lucky fan to have a role in their new Hunger Games movie. So I was telling the boys, what we need to do is we need to rent out like the volume again, which is like that super high quality soundstage, and just make the most unbelievable 1-minute audition for this fucking film so I can be reintroduced to the franchise. But no, this is a very real thing. So you make a like 1-minute audition, and then you submit it to their, I don't remember what, but you submit it to one of their things by June 6th, and then you could be chosen to have a role in the movie. I love when companies do this shit. They did that for Karate Kid, yeah. What do you think your audition will be? You got a speed clap? No, I'm not going to do any speed clapping. We're going to brainstorm. We got a few weeks. Well, we have a little over a week. No, I think we have like, what, almost 2 weeks? So, I'm going to really try and get into that soundstage, come up with like a really creative scene. I'm going to act my ass off. I'm going to go for the fucking Oscar on a 1-minute audition. Just act out a scene from the book. No, everyone's going to be acting out scenes from the book, and there's nothing in their parameters that I saw that said it has to be Hunger Games-oriented auditions. It just needs to be something that showcases some talent. So it's going to be a little hard for me, admittedly, but I'm going to do my best to fake some talent. We're going to try and really dress it up with the bells and whistles. I just need to figure out what we should do for it. And I don't know if it's a good idea to reference my previous role in this franchise in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. I don't know if that'll be a boon or a curse. Because if anyone from that production on the 2 weeks I was there for some reason remembers me for the nuisance I was, I'm fucked. So I feel like I probably shouldn't put that on their radar. You should send in a lore book with their character for the audition. Oh, like make up a character and like a whole universe surrounding my character? That's a cool idea. That's actually so cute. Imagine I send in a character bible that's like prerequisite reading material for you to appreciate my audition. Like you have to get brought up to speed on like the prequels that I submit to you in order to understand what I'm even acting out. That could go nuts. Oh man, you know what would go crazy actually? Instead of us trying to brainstorm something, I wonder if there's some way I can get in contact with like a really prolific writer to just scribble something together for me for an audition. Like get George R. R. Martin to throw together like a quick character synopsis and a scene. Oh my god, imagine. Don't you know Neil Blomkamp? Yeah, Neil Blomkamp, he wrote season 2 with us. Yeah, I could. Oh my god, wait a minute. I'll reach out to Neil Blomkamp. I'll pay him to write a scene for my audition for Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping. I'll be spending this week getting a nice script put together, brainstorming what I should be performing here for the audition, maybe trying to get a nice set together so it's a audition they can't refuse. I'll of course be showering using Cheeky soap because I care about my hygiene, you should too. Cheeky soap is the best soap on the planet, we made it, and it is the best thing on the market. Go to usecheeky.com and get yourself some of the most high quality soap imaginable. It's also still 20% off until tomorrow for the Memorial Day sale. So after showering with Cheeky soap, I will once again be going back to the lab to really come up with what I need to do to wow them and guarantee my spot in this movie. I would really like to eventually get my paws on the director's cut of Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Like, release the Snyder cut where it has my whole performance in there. That'd be great, but I bet that's just lost to time. I don't think there's anyone on the planet that has access to that. But if they did, I would love to be able to get my hands on that and somehow weave that into my most recent audition so they can see my history in the franchise, perhaps. Because the more I think of it, the more I think that might help me have a leg up here in this competition. I've already cemented myself in the Hunger Games lore. Like, without District 8 Hospital Helper, there is no Katniss Everdeen. Like, that's the brass tacks of it, I'm sorry to say. So if I'm able to, in my audition, remind them of that, and we can just retcon the timeline so that way I never die in the District 8 Hospital explosion, or maybe it's a prequel, or I'm cloned. There's plenty of ways of playing with that character. I don't even have to be the same character, but, I'm giving possible explanations for how I'd reappear. But point is, that footage I think would be more important than the Zapruder film from the JFK assassination. Like, if we could just get our hands on that original copy of Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, or rather, I mean, they did like 20 takes. If we could just get our hands on some of those where we can see my character breathe life into the franchise and see what I did to elevate that movie, oh my god, I would be a shoo-in for this new role in the Hunger Games. I'm going to be honest. I really want to be back in the Hunger Games movies. I didn't like the last one, like, at all, really. But this one, I think's got real potential with me at the helm. And by at the helm, I mean as a very small side character role, perhaps. Really, whatever they're willing to give me. I just think it'd be so fucking fun. I was, 19 in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Now I'm 30 years old. I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time to hop back on the saddle again in this franchise. You know what I mean? So anyway, I just wanted to talk about it a bit. I really am going to give like a legitimately 110% attempt to make a banger audition to get into the movie. We'll see how it goes. I'll post it on YouTube, of course, when we make it. But yeah, just wanted to bring you up to speed here with the latest plan. That's about it. See ya.